Have you ever wondered what you would do if you found out you were living in a cage? That your entire reality is a lie? That your life, your very existence was evil simply because you exist? And you, although innocent, had to pay for the mistake that your bloodline caused? Well, that is the tragic story of Eren Yeager, born into a world where he's doomed to die since birth, with no chance of survival. It's easy to look at Eren's life, his choices, and think he's a villain of the story. And for the most part, you aren't wrong. Now consider the fact that he never had a choice to be free. All his choices led to him and his people dying and going extinct for the mistakes of the ancestors they had no control over. Did they deserve to pay? Should the mistakes of the father be paid for by the son? If your answer is yes, then I respect your choice, although I disagree. Eldian rule in the past was filled with tyranny and hatred for others, and eventually themselves. King Fritz was not a good person, not by a long shot, and even made his children devour their own mother to pass on the Titan powers, and for them to pass this power as well to their children. This tradition continued for centuries until infighting began amongst the Eldian rule, and Marley ended up taking control thanks to the Tiber family and the current king's support. Yes, an Eldian ruler saw the evil of his people and opted to help Marley gain control and peace. He took some of his people to the island of Paradise, erected walls to cage them in, and filled the outer lands with Titans to keep them from leaving. The king took the people's memories of the outside world and told Marley, who now had full control, that the king will no longer seek violence. He will chain his descendants into a promise to never fight again, and not mess with the outside world. But if the outside world decided to bring war to the island, the king would invoke the rumbling, which truthfully he had no intention of doing, just an empty threat. Eren was born into this cage and had a strong desire to be free, only to finally reach the ocean and realize he was never free. Marley enslaved his people and put them in camps. Eldians were never going to be free. Marley, who broke into the city to steal the founding Titan, despite the peace they were living in. It seems like no matter what Eldians do, they'll always be persecuted. Zeke Yeager's plan was to stop Eldians from ever reproducing again through the powers of the founding Titan. Yes, the situation is that bad that the solution was to end an entire race because people hated them so much. Do you agree with this plan? The other plan was to launch a half-rumbling against the world's military, to display Titan power and stunt the power of every nation. But even this is a bad plan. Titan technology has reached the state where the armored Titan plating can be pierced. With time, Titans won't stand a chance and Eldians will still be wiped out. What do you think of this plan? Then the last plan, Eren intended on wiping out everyone and everything outside the walls. Then the last plan, Eren intended on wiping out everyone and everything outside the walls. If the entire world hated them and wanted them dead, he'd make sure there wasn't a world left to hate them. How about this plan? Do you agree? As you can see, there's no real good plan around. Each had its faults. The tragedy of Eren is that he stands on the top of the chain. He has the power to decide, and is the main target of all assaults as he is the new founding Titan. His life is forfeit. He chose to wipe clean the world of all that could harm his people. But the saddest part of this is, he never wanted to succeed. He was just a child crying for freedom in a world that would never set him free. So he marches forward, waiting for either death or success. Either way, he will finally be free from the responsibility he carries. A sad end to the life of a bird who left the cage, finds itself stuck in a bigger one. Hey, thank you for watching. This video has a very somber tone to it and very depressing. But that's basically Attack on Titan in a nutshell. I glossed over a lot of detail, but I can make a full detailed video later. Do you like the video? Like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.